Good morning. So I have my coffee and I'm out strolling through the garden like I do every morning. It is beautiful. Sorry, I'm trying to show you all the things. Cucumbers are just constantly doing amazing. The tomatoes are still just producing like crazy. All right, so this is a project that Mike and I worked on. Oh my goodness, it's been well over a year now. And since we got this other bed built, I've been dying to complete the brickwork, which we don't have enough brick, but we have quite a bit. We definitely have enough to go in between, and then probably enough to go partially along the front. But I made a trade with my neighbor, Sourdough for Brick, and so they have some brick that I'm going to be getting from them. But I'm going to start on this project today. Mike is over working on the ditch that he's been digging. You can probably see him over there between the house and the garage. He's like in a pinkish colored shirt. But he got up way early this morning. I had no idea he'd even gotten up, and I was just crushed. And so he'd been up for like an hour out here working, and I did not know. Again, got my coffee, strolling through the garden and checking things out. So I'm about to get started on this as soon as I finish my coffee. Okay, so you can see me laying the black landscape fabric here. Trust me, the ground had been prepped before. There's actually a layer of shale here, and Mike has been kind of prepping it over the last few weeks for this project, not really knowing when we would get to it, but the ground had definitely been prepped and prepared, and I did a little bit of leveling before laying that black fabric. A little close up, no judging my levelness. It's a garden pathway, so just trying to make it look as much like this as possible. Not too bad, not too bad. I do have a little dippy there. I have to fix that real quick. I need to. Okay, as you can see, I got all my brick in there. There's a big old gap right there because I need to scoot every row that way just a little bit and space them out just a tiny bit more. We decided this one, the spacing was a little too tight for our mix that we put in between. So spacing these out just a little bit more. I gotta go get something to slip in there and kind of scoot each row so I don't have to do it totally one by one by one. Probably I'll have to, but I'm gonna give it a try the other way first. Once I got them all spaced out where I wanted, I grabbed sand and mortar, and I did a 1-to-1 ratio mixture for this to pour in between and sweep down into the brick. And I also used a rubber mallet to tap each brick and kind of get it all settled and down in there really, really well. And then of course just continued to sweep across it to make sure that every little nook and cranny was filled. All right, got all my mortar and sand mix in, swept in. Now I'm just gonna mist it and hope that I did a good job. I'm gonna let that dry for a while, and then I'll come back later today and sweep over it and mist it again, maybe? I don't know. Just have to see how it goes. We're trying to create a permanent location for the trampoline. It was right here, and we couldn't get the mower between the trampoline and the cement, and it was just a really muddy spot. So we've moved it over here. But anyways, I've sprayed off with spray paint, as you can see, and I'm about to move the trampoline and scalp the ground So I ended up completely scalping the ground under the trampoline. We are trying to create a permanent solution. We did put some ratchet straps to tie it down this time. Ratchet strapped it down because, you know, we get these crazy Oklahoma winds that happen out of the blue. And then we do plan to border it at some point and cover the ground under there. But the ratchet straps will allow us to easily unstrap it and mow under there until we get all that permanent stuff figured out. So we're finishing up mowing. This is the first time we've gotten to mow our entire property in quite some time because of all the rain. And so got the trampoline staked down, mowed. Look how beautiful everything is. I just have to come over here and show you the flowers. You can really see them now that it's mowed. Got wildflowers, zinnias, cosmos, sunflowers. It's all so beautiful. The garden, everything just looks so good. I'm about to go check on my brickwork. I wanted to say this too. The brickwork makes me think of my mom because she has laid a lot of brick around her place, and I just always think of her whenever I lay brick or do projects like this. So let's check on it. I did this earlier this morning. Ooh, it looks so good. I'm excited. I think I might need to dampen it just a little bit more to ensure that all the mortar sand mix does its job. But I think it looks really good. That's so exciting. Also, another fun thing, we're getting ready to move our vehicles. We get to drive on our driveway for the first time. Mike's been saying he's gonna be the first one. I think I'm gonna be the first one. He's out mowing, finishing mowing. I'm gonna go do it real quick. Whenever I got down the driveway and turned around, Mike was actually coming towards me on the mower. So I was kind of teasing him with the keys that I'm getting to drive on it before he does. Well, that was fun. I'm out doing my morning walk through the garden, and I don't think I have showed you guys the okra in a while. You know, we transplanted this from our big beds. I had planted seeds over in the bigger raised beds, and they had started taking off. So I transplanted them over here, and they are doing really great. I know they're gonna overload this bed because it's really small, but got little baby okra popping up. And then sunflowers have really taken off. I feel like it took them forever. I really don't know much about sunflowers. I know that everyone else that has sunflowers around town that I see, theirs are massive and tall. Mine, again, I think we're just stunned by water because all of these here still have to bloom. But those finally did their thing, and I'm really excited about that. In fact, I think I may cut some today to go in a bouquet. They're like a really light yellow. They're really pretty. Kind of a buttery yellow. Although something's been munching on that one's leaves. Not cool, not cool. Got a little project I'm going to quickly work on this morning. Birds keep getting our strawberries, and it's really frustrating. You know, this is our first year with strawberry plants. So I am going to attempt to cover this raised bed with chicken wire, just kind of a dome type thing or whatever I can come up with. We have some chicken wire, and my only negative thought about this is birds will then sit on top of it and poop on it, and then we'll have everything under the sun growing in our strawberry bed. But I'm really tired of us not being able to eat our little strawberries because of the stinking birds. Yeah, you can see they've just been munching right here, and I'm tired of it. Also, it's been a few days, and here's what my little brickwork is looking like. I love it so much. I think I mentioned to you guys the plan is to go all the way around the outside and finish all of this off. It's just slow going, you know? It's just how it is. So, again, on to this project today, covering the strawberries. These bamboo stakes that I got a while back were intended for my tomato plants to stake them, but they've come in so handy. I've used them in several different places throughout the garden. I'll link those for you here on the screen or down in the description. Okay, you can kind of see what I've done here. I put bamboo stakes in because I don't have PVC or anything like that. And like I said, I just had that roll of chicken wire. It's literally been here since we bought the place a couple of years ago. And I just kind of netted it over the top. I'm going to make some adjustments so that if a bird were to fly in here, hopefully it doesn't get trapped in here, you know, because they could go under. But I don't think they will fight that hard to get in there. I'm not sure. But I'm gonna make some adjustments and use some of my little garden clippy clips to close that off in the middle. This is just kind of trial and error. I hope it works. Okay, it's incredibly hot out. I think I've been out here for maybe 10, 15 minutes, just like dripping. Anyways, temporary solution, see how it goes. It could be a permanent solution. I don't know. We'll still be able to reach up underneath and get strawberries, but like I said, I don't think birds are gonna fight that hard to get up under here. Let's hope not. If it is a problem, I'll just make more adjustments. We'll see. So we are at the end of the week, and it's been a really good week. Out here by the pretty new driveway, Mike's watering the sod that he put in out here. Check out the nice sunset. Can you stop for a sec?
Can I stop for a second?
Stop watering?
What? Yep. What's happening, people?
All right, so we actually have some news that we have not shared with you guys yet. You want to tell them?
I will tell them, yeah. Interesting enough, our middle son and his wife, Colby and Alyssa,
Who have Weston and Bodie.
Are pregnant again. Woohoo! Originally, they did a really early test, and I thought it was going to be a boy. And Colby, I don't think, cared either way. And Alyssa doesn't care either way, but she really wants a girl. I mean, she's surrounded by all this testosterone with all the, Colby and the boys. And so the original test said it was a boy. And so she was, not disappointed, but, wanting a girl. And then they did some more testing, and it turns out that it is a girl. They found out it's a girl instead. So they have a little girl coming. So end of December, we're going to have another December baby, and that'll be 3 out of the 7, and that's pretty cool. But
7 grandbabies.
7 grandbabies. very, very, very cool. We're excited about that. God is blessing our family. God is blessing us in all ways, in all forms and shapes, and we're just super excited about that.
Yep.
So, That's it. I hope you guys have a wonderful week. I hope you have a great, I guess you'll see this Saturday morning. Have a great Saturday and the rest of the week, and we will see you next week. God bless.
See you later.
Bye-bye.
And before you go, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and leave us a comment. Thanks again for watching.